thumbnail face. Welcome, girls, bros, guys, does, deers, crows, amateurs, pros, theys, he's, she's, gnomes. Welcome to Stream of Consciousness.
Welcome to Stream of Consciousness.
All right. What's up? Okay. Ooh, one sec. Okay, so tarot. Oh my god, tarot is guiding me so much right now. And I feel this urge to tell everyone about this. It's like a moldable sandbox. It's like one of those Zen gardens. It's like a Play-Doh pit, right? It's like Lincoln Logs. It's like, look what we can create that is here. And it's fun and it's play and it's not real. And yet, allowing ourselves to play in the places where we can have the clicked in our brain where it's not quite so serious, where maybe we don't want to sit down and have a therapy session. But if someone says, hey, I'm interested in tarot, I got my tarot cards, you're like, sure. And then it allows you the doorway to walk through that's less intimidating, that lets you put your guard down because, ooh, what, the death card? Because you say to yourself, hey, actually, yeah, whoa, oh my gosh. So for this episode right now, I'm sharing about how I've never felt like I've had enough in my cup. And from a young age, as a teenager, I discovered getting high. And that allowed me an experience of completely separating my enjoyment of my life from like unraveling the ball of yarn that is emotions and desires and curiosities about all the spectrum: anger, sadness, ecstasy, feeling when you feel called to something, intuition, when you feel repelled by something, when something you thought was going to be really great turns out to not make you feel good, and yet that feeling of not the thing you're doing not actually being what you thought it would be, it's weighed down by, I told my whole family that this was going to be my path, and I spent years in this field, or I don't want to have wasted all this time. And then you start to say, well, it's not actually so bad. It's not actually so bad. And so now in my sobriety and in my turning towards death, I'm a death doula, hope to be, haven't officially really done that yet, and yet I know that's within me. And I've had some experiences on people's deathbeds with them. And so I feel like, to whatever degree, I'm not afraid of it, but I'm also not saying, oh, that's what it got to be. Look up jobs on Indeed, right? But it comes back to me having never thought of myself as having enough in my cup to give to others, right? It's been like a selfish pursuit of my own enjoyment of my days. And that feels right. It feels like, it felt right, right? It felt like under the weight of capitalism, we go and find the pleasure that's accessible and available. And once we become familiar with that, we carve out routines in our lives for that to be the doorway and the channel and the imagine you're dipping your ladle into this thing, and then because me getting high is where I'm always dipping my ladle, my experience of what a ladle is and what type of container is available starts to close in. And I start to not see a ladle as a vessel that can pick up enjoyment. I start to see that as this is my weed spoon, right? So this is my weed spoon, and it dips in and pulls out nugs, and I eat them up, yum, 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 and I have a good time. And then I go to work, and then I go home, and I have friends, and I watch TV, and I play my games, and I make food, and I go out with friends, and like all the so, but it all comes down to, okay, whoa, I actually don't really have to be like, oh no, look at what, oh my life. I can actually be like, oh yeah, I just need to use language to remind me that the way I've been using myself is not what I'm limited to. And so I feel now, as I discover that, oh my gosh, I actually have liquid. I actually am wet. I actually have an overflowing cup. Not all the time, but when I do, I'm now saying, I must share this. I must share. Maybe must isn't the right word, but I feel called to share. So, next, we tend to isolate. We tend to respond to that which we are invited to. My mom invited me to Thanksgiving. My friends invited me out to the bars. I applied for college. They accepted me, right? I applied for the job. They said, I'm hired. I asked a girl out and she said yes, right? Even if we're kind of the ones that might apply for things, we don't feel like it's ours until someone else has said yes and has. I bring this up because it's like I'm realizing that I tend to live within my little grooves, and I feel grateful for being able to say yes to the things that other people have already pushed forward and started a momentum about. Where's a thing to go to? Let me look it up, find something that exists, and then see if I can go to it. I'm like, hey babe, what do you want for dinner? Whatever you say, I'm probably going to be like, dope, let's do it. Your desire guides me, and I can say yes to it, and then we can go and make that happen. I'm learning more and more that my life becomes richer when I actually am deciding in my own brain what it is that I want, and I'm expressing that desire. It's like, and this goes back to a life lived with the weed spoon dipping in yum yum yum, where I haven't felt like that type of pleasure seeking hasn't often felt like something I feel proud to to invite people to. And I think that's right. I'm going to binge on TikTok, YouTube, whatever, TV for this day. That's not something I feel proud of, maybe, in a way that it's not something that feels like something that anyone would ever want to say yes to. I can then say, I've always wanted to make like a cashew cream, but I have to buy cashews and you have to boil them for 10 minutes. And I'm like, well, that's okay. But it's like, I'm like, I can get this started and I can say, hey, I'm going to make this cashew cream. Like, it's that simple. And I don't need to wait for hosting a dinner party to go and try the exciting new recipe I want to try. Don't we kind of do that where when someone's coming over, we, number one, we clean the fuck up our house probably a little bit. But number two, we're like, ooh, here's an opportunity for me to try something that that isn't inside the groove of daily life, right? Nothing wrong with the groove. We have the groove. I developed the stuff. I've been loving the crock pot lately because it's like prep. It's like meal prep, but it's just dump and then I freeze some. I have it for a few days. I have a hearty lentil soup in the fridge. And I'm like so hyped that I haven't already taken it out, or the freezer. I'm so hyped that I haven't already taken it out of the freezer because normally it's like if I have something, I'm like, well, that shit's already made. Give me that. Give me that. I want that. And I don't right? It's like the energy of like, if I have weed, I'm gonna smoke it. I never said, nah, let's smoke that another day. I might say I'm already high, I don't want to smoke anymore. But I never said, nah. And there's a way where I feel like a part of the isolation is shame. Pardon me. Whew, maybe it's not a great idea to chug some seltzer while I'm trying to talk. I must acknowledge that whatever my opinion about my past, I saw something where somebody said, if you don't cringe when you look at who you were a year ago, you probably aren't growing enough. And I said, I fucking want to push back on that. It was on an Instagram post from a yoga studio. And I commented, I said, I'm actually going to push back on this. I'm like, we do not need to be judging ourselves for having a positive opinion on who we were, whatever distance in the past. Like, I get the sentiment, which is that we are just kind of constantly growing, but it was like shaming, being like, oh, you still think that thing you were talking about or that you posted last year is still fucking badass? Well, then you need to fucking grow a little bit. Anyway, I wrote down, spend time making art built from your experiences. If we feel shame about how much we're on the internet, all of us out here who are addicted to the internet, like, make art about it. make art about it. Like, our pathway through is not to shame ourselves or try to place some rigid disciplinarian meal plan or throw on a screen time limits on ourselves. It's like the art about it. The art about it. I put my phone down earlier today to fucking charge because I've been on it all morning. And then I'm like, oh my God, wow. It feels really good to put it down. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go take a shower, shave my face, spend some time, fold my laundry. And then I had this epiphany about how I fold my socks, where I really hate when they're inside out coming out of the laundry. And I was like, I've been taking my socks off them without them flipping inside out, and it's made my experience of folding laundry a lot better. So I had this thought while I was folding my laundry, and I went over and I picked up my phone to make a TikTok about it, which is okay. But I just see how much I got suckled in right back in when I was just 4 minutes prior really excited about having the next hour to kind of just be by myself and do some stuff that needed to be done, and loving on it and feeling good, and feeling excited about the thoughts that I was about to experience from my own head. And that's exciting. And so I walk this line so often of being the person who wags the finger the moment that I feel like I'm accessing something different than what is normal. I immediately want to say, heh, sucks to suck. Me who's addicted to TikTok. Look what I'm doing. I'm having my own life. You suck. And I say that to myself, but I can make art about it. I want to practice what I love when no one's watching. Why I think that I have to share. I'm like share brained. I'm Instapost brained. I'm putting on my story brained. I am overstimulated. And that leads to me being a little bit out of touch with what I'm experiencing. And it leads to me being overwhelmed, which when I feel overwhelmed, I want to go dip in my sobriety now. My weed spoon hasn't turned in to a pure, let me scoop up all the goodness of life. No, it's actually turned into, let me scoop up the internet. Let me shovel the internet. And I've been really using food in a way that I can tell is a little bit more like I'm eating more. I'm getting a lot of pleasure from little snacks and bunch of fun food, and food is great. But I'm doing it in order to fill this void of feeling like there's a lot going on. And I just want to say, just before I sat down for this, I sat right over here for 10 minutes and meditated. And the core message here, as we finish up, is to follow your instincts. Follow your instincts. And don't try to shame yourself into something new. And I don't want to hate on discipline either. But it's like, don't fucking, I don't know, like, who am I to give anyone advice? But I'm like, don't fucking force yourself to fucking get up before you normally get up and go to the gym and shit. If you're, it's just like, why though? You know? It's like, why though? Like, I get that that's great and lots of people have a why, But I think that it's a way of trying to whip ourselves into shape because we feel that we have a lot to make up for. You're not behind. Because whatever your opinion on your body is or your mind, right? If I say, let me lock my phone away in a little lockbox that unlocks in 1 hour, is the same as being like, let me just force myself to go to the gym 5 days a week. And I gotta get up early and I wake up to my 4:30 alarm because I gotta do this before work because this is when I gotta. What I think I want to implore us to do is when we think that we need to do something like get up early to fucking go to the gym, or we need to lock ourselves away from binging on the internet, maybe let's actually start so small. So small. Sit on your couch and close your eyes for 2 minutes. Set an alarm on your phone. 2 minutes if you have a desire for that. If you want to be off your phone, then sit on your phone and like look through your camera or look through your camera roll and put your photos into a folder of your favorite photos, right? Or while your eggs are cooking, do 10 body weight squats in your kitchen while you're listening to your podcast, right? It's like if you haven't done stuff, start so small, because it's like we take on these big, right, like New Year's resolutions, like we take on this big shit because we think we have to make up for lost time. I need to go to the gym because I didn't at all last year. Okay, well, if you didn't at all last year, maybe we do this year doing a few little things. Maybe we stretch for a minute. Maybe you get down and do a plank for a minute. A minute plank fucks me up, Johnny. Right? It's like, I don't know. It's just like, you don't need to say, I want to get in shape. Well, let me go buy a bunch of workout clothes. I want to get off my phone. Let me download a bunch of apps that tell me to stop being on my phone. It's just like, I'm like repeating myself at this point. But doing this type of like, I'm going to be a better person, it's denying who you are. It's denying who you are. You're actually okay. You're actually okay. And I see it in myself where I get so sucked into the idea that I need to improve myself. And that as I discover things I want, things I'm doing in my life that I want to change, that I think like I'm on the right track because I need to become different, it so quickly shifts from being this idea of like I'm developing self-awareness to I'm denying that where I'm at and who I am is good enough and is inherently beautiful, and actually nothing has to change. Why do I want to do something like that's gonna, I don't know, it's like I just know that it starts from this idea of self-love where you say, I love myself, so I want to change. And immediately, I love myself, and so I want to change. And then we just keep looking here, where we say, I want to change. How do I change? I need to stop. I need to add. I need to do different. And we forget about why we wanted to change in the first place. Because we wanted to feel better about ourselves. I want to feel like I'm more able to read a book. I want to do some more art because art is fucking fantastic and it's exciting. And the act of creating something is beautiful. And I want to go to therapy, not because because I'm fucked up and I need to get fixed, but it's because, wow, a container where I'm thinking and talking about what matters to me is a type of experience that benefits me. I want to move my body because I feel the benefits to my brain and to my body and the way that the endorphins feel. Like endorphin seeking versus I want to see this part of my body shrink, or I want to see this number on the scale shrink, or I want to XYZ. And I'm like, we can want to lose weight, but if that's the goal, it's so, here's self-love, here's I want to change, losing weight, and that's why I want to go to the gym. We just are looking right here. I'm not loving this. I'm saying this I actually don't love because I'm not this yet. And then it's just like, quiet the mind and the soul will speak. Follow your instincts. Why would you want to change your body? Is it because you think that other people are looking at you and judging you the way that you're judging yourself? I don't want people to see my screen time metrics, because sometimes I'm on my phone 9 hours a day, 7 hours, 8 hours, 6 hours. Any one of those numbers, I'm embarrassed. A lot of it is I have a YouTube video on, right? Or a podcast playing. I have, 50 minutes where I have Google Maps on. That's part of your screen time. So it's like I can have all these caveats as to why it's not as bad, but it's like I make fun of this idea of the iPad kid. And I haven't really had any real putting an examining lens upon it. Because again, the moment that I'm starting to see this, I'm starting to be like, get off your phone. And I'm like, I got to remind myself about what there is out here, about what's beautiful, about hanging out in the living room without music on, no TV on, phone in the other room, fun little drinky, got a notebook, got a book, I don't know, what else is there? Got my crafts, yarn, I don't know, fucking doing a push-up, fucking dancing, fuck. Okay, why am I getting mad? Let me pull a final card for us. Okay, I kind of got off on a tangent here about this fucking shit. But here we are. Here we are. Please, sir, can I have some more? Be like, I'm the one who divvies out what we're up to. Here, have some screen time. I'm the one who says, here, have 100 calories of your snack. Right? It's like, no, actually, like, I'm not trying to be so in charge. What I see here is this idea of the good self and the one who is in need. That we don't want to be the one who needs to change or who does wrong stuff. But we want to do the act of changing so that we can get to the point where we feel confident, where we can show up on the internet and be like, here's how I changed my life in 200 days, and here's how you can too. And I'll throw you your crumbs to all the people, but I used to be like you. And I'm the one who decides why I'm good and who I used to be. That guy from a year ago, cringe, because I'm growing. You don't have to choose to grow. It just happens. I can choose what's up today. I can go buy some fucking cashews. Okay? Oh. Because we just need to play. We just need to play. Play. Make it fun. Do your squats while you're scrambling your eggs, right? Do some freaking dance moves to your favorite hype song in the morning while you drink your coffee, while you get ready, while you want to feel excited about what's up. Dance with your children. Show them what it's like to imbue joy into the mundane. Hell yeah. Imbue joy into the mundane and watch your life change. Come on. Joy? Here's why joy will help you change in XYZ steps for you. I don't have to follow a regimen. Are we going around in circles at this point? Do I need another card? Yeah. Oh, I gotta change. I gotta say, oh, I'm the best one. You're not, and you're not. And I gotta say, I need these, and I gotta do this. And I gotta say, no more phone, none more of this. And I just want to say to you all, that stuff feels like it's so heavy when you hold it all in, when you distract yourself from it, when we stay isolated, when perhaps if we wish, hey, you know those friends from high school and college who I don't live in the same city as anymore, and they haven't reached out to me, but I haven't reached out to them? Maybe you fucking send them a text or a voice message or call them up and be like, hey, what's up? I value you in my life, and we haven't chatted in a while. Hope to hear your voice soon. So it's just like, we're available for frolic. We're available for frolic. And frolic shows us all that's actually available to scoop up around us. Scoop up the stuff around you. Scoop up something new. Get your hands in the dirt, right? I'm not... Okay. Are we good? We good? Because I hope no one's watching. I'm needing to practice what's up with me and how I am. Because me setting up this camera, and I have like a light, I set up this light, and I set myself up for success. and I experimented. I put that little light over there. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I've seen like YouTubers have some light over here or something. And I'm like, I don't know. But I'm glad to have been through this moment with you. Although it's not with you at this moment, it's with me. And the cards guide us. All right. Thank you. I'll catch you next time. Ooh, look at you. Fuck, I feel crazy. But I have... You see all that's spilling out of me right now? I'm like, ooh, yeah. Hell yeah. Let's let this spill. Whoa. Feels great. All right, much love. Take it easy. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Y'all, now I'm overthinking this. Love you. Y'all chilling at me, bro. It all sounds good. The goodness of what is sounding, it always is. The goodness of what is sounding, it always is. Okay. The goodness of what is sounding, it always is. Yeah. The goodness of what is sounding, it always is. The always of my presence is comparable to something like a present under the tree. I'm thinking that what awaits for me on Christmas morning will be so exciting. And then I open it up. It's a thing that may or may not have met my expectations for what my gift would be. But whatever that gift is, now it is. It cannot change. This idea of our potentiality being so exciting, but it can only be what it is when we arrive in it. And that feeling of having arrived in it will only ever exist today. And so, in my today, I will always have this experience of thinking that there's more out there for me in the future, not being as centered in the me from yesteryear that is hype to see that I'm where I am now, because I was back there, and I was a little scared. But it's from uncertainty, because I thought I needed to have this shit all etched in stone, and so I know now that this shit is sand. It blows, you can build, it's full of water, it's wet, it's dry, it blows, it gets into the creases of your toes, and you can wash it down. Clogs your drains, send the plumber out. Life goes on, people have jobs, I need to eat. I gotta get along with the folks that I see along life's way. The path that I walk, it will always decay. Nothing is forever in this life we live, and yet I know that is always is. It is so beautiful. But if I cling, I think that I am losing. I'm losing out on something more, losing out on what once was. I'm like, damn. I have something, that feeling is good, and the idea that I have that it must continue is then the thing that causes me to feel like I'm not where I want to be. And so, what it actually comes down to is a loose grip on shit. Like juggling, right? Or like any of the people that do those flow arts, you know? Different vibe. Yo, a different vibe to come. A different vibe. We slow it down, get along. Different vibe to come. Ooh. I gotta keep flowing. Keep flowing. Gotta keep flowing. Gotta go. Gotta keep it going. Going, don't you know? The flow, it flows from me effortlessly. I just gotta notice. I just gotta flow with this thing that is. It is my mind, my words, and my energies. Ooh, slow down. Whoops. Goddamn. Get me going. Help me out. I'm figuring things. I'm looking for the next opportunity. It's a puzzle piece. Where does this fit? And can I jump, hop over obstacles? Are they obstacles, or is this just something fun to do? Obstacles. Obstacles? Flowing, 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 flowing in my heart it flows. Flowing, 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 flow with me. Flowing, 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 flowing with me. Yay! It's all I need. It's all that is. Spell it out with me. T-A-R-T. That shit is tart, like a sweet tart though. Cancel the sweet. Just the tart, bro. And that's okay, cause sweetness has its day, but tartness, woo, let that shit stay. It's a different experience. We want them both. The sour and the kids. The patchness, the sweet and sour. They don't call them sweet and sour patch kids. We know the sweet is coming. You just gotta talk about the sour, bro. Because sweetness is expected here. Right? Because we got sugar, right? We got mad sugar. Cause I'm flowing, 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 flowing. Oh, I'm flowing, 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 so sweet. I'm flowing, 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 yay. Can you taste the sweet? I'm looking for the T-A-R-T. Woo! God damn, dude.